Good evening, everybody. Here we are at GF Lake Media again on Thursday night. We have some new guests. We got Chris and Barry with Cabin Valet. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited to hear how it's going and hear what they're doing. So we're gonna let them get started and come on in with some questions. And once they introduce themselves, I'm sure we'll have a question to get things started. So let's get going.
My name's Chris Courts, and Barry and I started Cabin Valet in June, and the genesis of the business is that I've been a vacation home owner here in Greers, Ferry for 25 years, and have loved it. Our kids grew up here. We've got so many great family memories here, but I can't tell you how many times I've had to drive over here from Memphis just to let a contractor in my house, or just to make sure there wasn't a limb laying on my roof, or just to make sure that, the house hadn't burned down. And that's a 7-hour round trip. And so I had this idea 15 years ago, but I just had no way to make it happen. I knew that there was a need for it and demand for it. And then my best friend, Barry, we've been friends 41 years, met in high school, 17 years old. Got into a lot of trouble together, mainly because of him. But
that's believable.
But he recently decided that he was going to relocate to Greers Ferry, and when he did, that light bulb went off in my head. Hey, maybe we could start Cabin Valet. I wouldn't have done it with just anybody, but you guys both know Barry, and he's like the most likable, the most honest, the most humble, the most giving person that you probably ever want to meet. And so I felt very comfortable having him be the face of the business.
I understand that.
And just the trust, because, for somebody to give us the alarm code or give us the keys to their $500,000 cabin, that takes some trust,
Right. So that kind of leads back to, the thought process for wanting to get this started and get this going, was because everybody that makes a living here does exactly what you're talking about. I mean, we get key codes, we have access to people's lives, and we very rarely get to meet people. They trust us, and we want everybody to have a face to put with the name when the phone rings and we say this is so and so. We want them to have a face.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And so we've got, just to cover some of the particulars, we've got $2 million of general liability insurance so that we can work around all the marinas. I think they require $1 million to even be able to work on boats or clean boats or whatever. So we got $2 million of general liability insurance, got a $150,000 fidelity bond on him. The only people that won't trust him are people that never met him, right? And so we're going to be dealing with some people that are meeting him for the first time. So we want to have them have the assurance that if anything happens while we're in their house, we're going to cover it. Yeah. We're protected. You're protected. You can trust us. And that's probably the key to our business is we want to be trustworthy. We want to demonstrate through our actions that we're reliable. One of the struggles that I've had in 25 years of being over here is when you call a contractor, it's about a 50-50 shot whether they're going to show up. In my experience, it's nothing like that in Memphis, but in a small town like this, a resort town, a retirement community, it's probably to be expected. It's more of a kind of a rural setting than Memphis, obviously, but we want to be known as being dependable and reliable and trustworthy.
What can you ask for?
Yeah.
So I know she has something that she would probably really like to know. Y'all come knock spider webs down?
We will do just about anything. Yeah. We've been surprised, when you set out to create a business model and a list of services, you kind of use your experience and you come up with lists, and we've got lists, but we've been surprised at some of the requests. Some of them are things we never thought of, like, there's a lot of gravel driveways in this area, and I've got a farm outside of Memphis with about a 300-yard gravel driveway, and it's like a ongoing process to keep the weeds out of that thing. I got a boom sprayer, and I tow it around my four-wheeler about 4 times a year to try to. So we've had people ask us to do that. cover, uncover patio furniture. He's done a lot of detailing on boats. There's some pretty cool before and after pictures that we've got. So it really does a good job. But
He's definitely doing a good job at doing before and after photos, for sure. We do have a comment that we need Barry as running for president and Barry for mayor.
got my vote. Got my vote.
No pressure, no pressure.
None.
Maybe I can be your VP or something. But we have three kind of categories of services, David. It's the first one is kind of membership services. We had this idea of maybe creating a monthly membership program where, and what we realized is it's probably not as good of it's not as beneficial during the summertime, like from Memorial Day to Labor Day, because people are here all the time.
Here, yeah.
But what we've come to realize is probably more of an off-season type of a thing, where one of the things that we'll do is go to your house and do an outdoor welfare check, take pictures, show you everything, and maybe even point out a couple things. Hey, here's a couple things we noticed. We can take care of them if you want us to, but everything's safe and secure. We can even do indoor welfare checks if we have the keys or the codes. So we've got this membership service model. Then we have on-demand services, which is kind of, you could think of that as anything else, you know. And then we've got handyman services. And so we feel like with those three, and then we're open to pretty much doing anything. I mean, we want to help people who have vacation homes over here, but we also have realized that there's also a demand for this for people that are full-time residents here, especially the ones that are a little bit older and maybe don't want to get out there and fool with Roundup in their driveway, or don't want to fool with mowing their grass, or don't want to fool with that. We can help those folks too.
For sure. I think I seen a question.
Dawn had a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys come to Fairfield Bay? 1. 2, will you meet or pick up Amazon FedEx packages from their home if it's delivered? And
You know, there again, there's one we hadn't thought of, but absolutely we do service Fairfield Bay. We've done a number of jobs in Fairfield Bay already, and be more than happy to go pick up an Amazon package and hold it until they get in town or something, or deliver it wherever so it doesn't get rained on or robbed or whatever.
Right. And when y'all do like a monthly membership or something to that effect, is there, I'm assuming that y'all would do like a once a week drive by?
No, it's really more of a two services a month is what the model looks like. So typically we would go and do a welfare check once a month, and that would be one of the 2 services that are included in the membership, which is $34.99. That includes tax. And then they can choose anything from our list of membership services. And there's a whole list, and it's on our website, cabinvalet.com.
And so as you order services, I would assume then price goes up. There's a price per. Kind of like when you go to the restaurant and you order it off the menu. I mean, everything you add to the plate.
Yeah, the idea is that memberships would get discounts on other things. So we want to try to have a model where when we have a monthly member that needs an on-demand or handyman service, that they'd get a discount at that for being a member. So that's exactly the way we're thinking about it.
Gotcha.
so we got a question here of, do you get rid of critters out from under houses?
That's funny. We just had a conversation
where
about that.
That's why you're.
Right.
So
That's what the killer is for.
Well, being as he's commenting so much, and we do appreciate you there, the killer.
Yeah, he did say this is the quietest he's ever seen Barry.
I want to go ahead and give a shout out and thank you for being this week's sponsor. Appreciate you, buddy. So if y'all need any bugs killed, the killer is out there.
yeah,
He's watching.
and that's a good point, because folks like Don and his business, we're not trying to compete with those people. We're just trying to give them more business, and we're trying to help the vacation homeowners and the permanent residents just have kind of a one-stop shop, and we can kind of do the homework. We can go over there and meet Jarvis to help get a tree limb that's about to fall on your roof. We can go over there and coordinate that for you, so you don't have to come over to Memphis, feel like you got to be here to do it. We'll do that for you.
So I would assume that some people probably hear what you're talking about and probably look at it as maybe potentially property management.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like y'all are doing, property management is a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, that's a whole nother industry, and we're not trying to get into that. One thing that we might try to do is try to network with folks in town that have Verbos or Airbnbs, and maybe we can help with the house cleaning after a rental expires and before they get a new tenant, a new rental person. So we haven't done that yet, but we definitely have talked about it. But yeah, we're not in that. That's a whole nother separate industry. And we're just trying to help vacation owners and full-time residents take care of their property, not rent out or anything like that. That's a good question. We get that too. And on some of the social media platforms that we set up, the categories of what business line you're in are very limited.
Trust me, I know.
And so that's why Yelp put down that we were property management, but that was the closest thing they could think of to as far as the options that we had. So the website's pretty clear about what we do. It's really helping vacation owners and full-time residents just take care of their property, get things done, so that when they come over here, our tagline for the business is "We work, you play." So we want you, when you come over here to enjoy your lake house, we want you to be able to enjoy your lake house. Let us take care of everything else. Yeah.
So I'll ask a question. How long have y'all been doing it?
Since June. We started in June, kind of a soft launch. We just got the website live in August. So we're really just kind of getting up on our feet. So yeah, we're a startup in every sense of the word.
Perfect. Because I know Barry and I done just a short little clip, at Lake Fest this year. And, just for people that are tuning in and are watching and that didn't know and didn't see our video, to have an idea of, how long you've been in business. Because like I said, I've been wearing the t-shirt all day, and I had 2 people stop me and ask me what it was and where y'all are located. And I was like, well, they don't have a business front, like a building. They are mobile, and they come to you.
That's right.
And so, and then just me trying to kind of, in a brief setting, trying to tell them, okay, well, they do this and they do this so that you don't have to.
Amen. That's well said.
When I used to do a few yards and stuff, I had one little lady, for instance, for a while, that she wanted, every time I mowed her yard, she wanted borax put around her house for the critters, she would give us a shopping list for groceries. So when we'd make our grocery run, so I kind of get the mindset and understand there is a need for it. It just seems like it'd be really hard to figure out how to make it work, because nothing is next door to each other. Everywhere you go is a run. Yeah. Obviously, it's going to take time for the business to ramp up, but we have a vision that, in the hopefully not too distant future, we'll spend a day in Fairfield Bay every week. We'll spend a day in Heber Springs every week. We'll spend a day in Greers Ferry every week. And then we'll have a couple days to be able to go do estimates and do that. So yeah, it'll certainly be more efficient when we have more clients, especially if they're close in proximity. Right. And I want to thank you for giving us the advice. We were thinking about things like adjusting docks. And so I want to thank you for talking us out of that. I hate that you feel like I talked you out of it, because I mean,
you scared me enough.
It's for somebody that like myself that had a full-time job. It never failed. Wednesday morning at 3:00 is when the storm would come through. Your docks would be up on the bank, or one would be broke loose. And now here it is at 3:00. I'm out looking out the window waiting on the storm to die down so that I can go hook my boat up and go check boat docks before I have to be at work in Heber at 8:00. Or it happened on a weekend that we went out of town. When you're sitting around doing nothing, the sun's shining and everything's lovely.
My boat not working fine.
Yeah.
So I do have a question of, do y'all have business cards?
We do.
Okay.
We
So
do.
Steve, they do, and they will leave some here at the office if you want to see. Ta-da! Where the camera's at.
If boat docks if y'all ever want to explore that and get you one, holler at me.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Because it is fun, ish.
Can be.
Yeah. Dee said that she was just asked about boat docks. I'm assuming someone to adjust them.
I'm sure she was just wondering if that's one of the services
Something
they
that
offer. Because it wouldn't be, if you're going to do this, maybe at some point you wouldn't regret looking at it. It take like in the spring when the water comes up 10 feet overnight. That water's coming up fast.
Yeah.
Somebody had to go under and fix it.
Yeah. And when they start drawing it back down a half a foot a day, you know, you're gonna have to go move them several times this week, because if you don't, they're gonna be sitting on dry land. And it's just, it's a learning curve. And it can be
Sounds
stressful.
like one man job.
It can be. Can be. But they're not just terrible.
But one of the things we're hoping to kind of make a splash with is boat winterization. It's that time of year, and I know if you're like me, you don't think about it till you have the first freeze, but it's probably smarter to think about it now. I actually had my first boat down at Lacey's, and I trusted somebody in town, said, well, we'll do it for $50. And I said, okay, do it. And then I never talked to them again, followed up. They didn't do it. The next year I came out there, and of course my block was cracked. So again, we want to be trustworthy. We want you to trust us with your boat. We've got some professionals that have done boat winterizations for many, 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 many years that are helping us and training us up. And eventually, hopefully, and Barry's very mechanically inclined. His dad was kind of dad that worked on cars, worked on everything, and taught his sons how to do the same thing. And so he's a pretty quick study. He was as we were talking about before we went live, a long haul, well, short haul truck driver, probably long haul for a little while, short haul for a long time, truck driver, and did a lot of his own maintenance, preventive maintenance on his big truck, just to save money as a one truck, two truck operation. So very mechanically inclined, but we're hoping that boat winterizations, we're going to try to bundle up boat winterization along with cleaning your boat and covering it up for the winter for $250, which is compared to what's charged around here is very reasonable, and then be even more reasonable in the summer, because really summerization's not a lot to it. Yeah. So people charge $250 to summerize your boats.
So since talking about winterizing, just had a question about, do you winterize houses? Since we have a lot of vacant, not vacant houses, but there's a lot of people that don't use their house during the winter here. So
we can absolutely do it. Make sure all the water's drained out of all the lines, even flush, put antifreeze in the toilets or whatever. So we could absolutely winterize a place like that farm I was mentioning earlier. I have to do that in the wintertime. We use it for deer hunting. And so if there's a cold snap coming, I winterize the house. I probably do it 6 times a winter because we use it more often. But for folks that are just going to close it up and not come back until the spring, absolutely, we could help them out with that.
You got it? I was fixing to ask it, but then you zoned in on it, so I thought you had it. Let's see. Will you clean and shine tri-tunes in the spring? If so, how much? And I don't have a trailer.
You've done some cleaned some tri-tunes, haven't you?
Yeah.
Some tunes. So yeah, we can absolutely do it. If they don't have a trailer, I'm assuming the boat's at a marina. Again, we're authorized to work on any of the marinas around here.
Few this in summer.
When it comes to the chemical, I would assume they would have some. When it comes to the chemical in the water, is where you're going to have your issue there.
You use certain types. Now, shining the tunes, probably not do that.
Right.
Make nothing. It's going.
That's
aluminum bright ain't made for the fishing.
Yeah. If Mr. Corman seen that, you're probably going to be in a pickle.
Yeah.
okay, Dodie. He asked, do you have the availability to remove my boat and put in storage, or do we need a monthly service account? Can you
Yeah,
do
can
it
just
one time?
Yes, absolutely. And we can do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Is he talking about in and out of storage, or is he talking
Something I gotta get out. Joe.
got when you got to get out? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's asking, can you get it in and out of storage, or
I
can
think
you?
what he was asking, at least what I perceive, is that he was saying, do you have to be a monthly member to get that type of service, or can you just do it kind of on an ad hoc basis? And you absolutely can do it. You don't have to be a monthly member to get that kind of work done.
Because I've had the thought of going and getting people's boat or meeting them at the boat ramp and just putting them in and loading them up. Because we all know why. Y'all have any of those thoughts?
I'm not sure about that, but I know that we've absolutely done some of that where we've gone actually to storage facilities where they have boats stored, and Barry's got a close friend that's got a business here, and he's got a big water tank, and because there's no water there at the storage facility, and so Barry was able to detail that boat with that water tank right there on site at the storage facility.
So Bubba said take out of water and put in storage.
That's kind of what I thought he was talking about. Like,
Take out the water if he's got a we don't have a trailer available, but if he's got a trailer, we'd definitely go load it up and take it to whatever storage building he wanted to
Okay.
and put it in storage.
And Jason Blanchie said Tara, his wife, loves her t-shirt. We do
I
too.
got one for
Don says, Barry, get closer to the mic.
Well, I told him that we only have one mic on that side.
her.
Listen, we're building it up as we go.
That's right.
Also, would get groceries and have them in our home before we arrive. Another option. Oh, is it an option?
It is, and one of the services that we have contemplated is like opening up your cabin and closing your cabin. So if we know you're coming over from Little Rock or Memphis or wherever you're coming from, Cabot, we can have your property, we can have your thermostat set to where you want it to be, instead of it being taking 2 hours once you get there to cool off or heat up. And we can get groceries, have them in your refrigerator. Yeah, we can do all those things.
Good deal. And
That's
I'm
awesome.
assuming y'all changed the filters for them.
We can, yeah. Something that simple, we will. Again, we're not trying to get in, we're not trying to get in the HVAC business or the plumbing business. And, Jason's, I've used Jason numerous times, and he's a straight shooter and an honest guy, and charges a fair price and stands behind his work. So we just want to try to funnel business to people like Jason.
Right. That's fair.
And build up your contacts for when people call and ask. We don't do it, but we have this guy that does.
And we have the idea of having contractors that are cabin valet certified, just so people don't have to vet. It's a list of contractors in all the different disciplines that we've already vetted. We've already verified that they're licensed, bonded, and insured. So you can trust that's a phase 2 type thing. That's a part of the vision, is to have a list of contractors, because, this may be controversial, may not, but, for years when I needed a contractor, I'd call FL Davis and say, I need 3 people that do paint or 3 people that do HVAC. But if I were FL Davis, I would be referring them to people that were my customers.
Right.
That's exactly what I would do. But that might not be, there might be other alternatives that are as good or better. They just don't get their supplies from FL Davis. And again, I think I've spent $100,000 at FL Davis over the 25 years that I've been here. So I'm a loyal customer, and they've been great the whole time. But I do think that we want to have a full set of options and refer people that we've done business with, that we know that you can trust, and they'll do a good job for you.
Right. And to be honest, that's kind of a secondary reason for wanting to do this, is because, as y'all know, in the real estate business, we need people all the time. And sometimes we're scratching our heads looking for folks, because we got some good ones that do a little bit of everything. But they're always busy, which is a good thing, you know. And not only that, but we can't, on this side of the table, you can't refer 11111. You just can't. And
You have to give options.
so we need a list and let people make their own decision based on the conversations they have.
Yeah.
And having more in the pocket is never a bad idea.
Bubba apologized for getting to the show late, and he said, whoops, it went away. Would you also be able to meet contractors at the home when needed?
100%. We already do it, and that's one of the things that's just, if we can save somebody a 6.5, 7 hour round trip drive over here by popping over there and letting somebody in and kind of letting them in, letting them
That's
out.
awesome.
We've already done it, and we'll continue to do that. That's one of our core services. Yes.
And he said,
Older lady that's a customer over in Fairfield. And she don't feel comfortable talking to him. She's an older lady. So I told her, I said, look, call me. I'm the one that talks to them. Because she feels like they might try to take advantage of her.
Right.
Because she's 80 years old.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that.
and I can understand that.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
She told me that. I was like, oh, no, I'll talk to them.
Yeah. And
Whoever it is, you just call.
right, with no
Come
problem.
over and talk to them.
Yeah.
Make sure they ain't trying to rip you off.
Right.
And I hate to say that, but
Unfortunately, it does.
unfortunately it does.
Yeah. He said also, if their insurance falls through, would your insurance cover any mishaps?
If we cause a problem, then that's why we have insurance. We want people to have assurance that we're going to leave their place better than we found it. And if accidents happen, if an accident happens, that's why we have insurance.
For sure.
And before we run out of time, I just wanted to
We're not on a time schedule.
okay,
No, not at all.
okay. I thought it was 30 minutes time stamp. Okay.
No, sir.
We've been averaging an hour.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ain't nobody worried about no dang Cowboys, Barry. But no, this is your show.
Yeah.
So we are here as long as you want to be here.
Okay,
So
okay.
there you go.
Well, good. I just wanted to thank both of you guys. First of all, for doing this. It's such a valuable service to the community, and the best businesses are the ones that invest in the community. And this is an investment that y'all have made. All this equipment, all of your time after working full time, a full day, you come back here and do this to help put a spotlight on local businesses. I just want to tell you, it's noble what you're doing, and it's much appreciated. And when I first met you, Jesse, the first thing you did was show me all these beautiful pictures. And then were gracious enough to share them with me, and some of them are on our website at cabinvalet.com. The one from Devil's Fork with the fishing tournament with all the boats.
The blast off.
Such a cool photo. So many of those those drone photos are just fantastic, and y'all have been gracious to us, and it's appreciated.
We are very welcome, and we thank y'all for being here.
We have a deep love for Barry and Barry's family. So
Me too.
mean, you hit the nail on the head when you were describing Barry, but his wife is the same way.
Oh, yeah.
I love them both dearly. From the first time us meeting, I'm gonna cry. Anyway, we connected, and it's been from day one. We have talked to each other and treated each other like we known each other for years, and his parents too. And
If he knows my mom, Pinky. If she used to tell it like it is, she loves you. So you had to be a good person.
And Pinky was amazing. I loved her. Okay, anyway, off the emotional stuff. Let's see. Will y'all deliver and stack wood for fire pits, or do you know someone?
We have a contact that actually gets scraps from a whiskey company, and they get the oak barrels. And when they're through, they take these oak barrels and they cut them up and they sell them for firewood. So it's unbelievable quality of wood, and it's reasonably priced. And so we can go get a trailer load of it, stack it for you if that's what you want. We can absolutely do that.
Cool.
Bubba said 3-0 Giants. I guess he's given the score
Now
for the
Barry's gonna
football
cry.
game. Yeah. Let's see. He also said, would Barry water my flowers for me personally?
Yeah, the business would be much more successful, but Barry does all this work for free for people, so we got to get him to. I'm kidding, of course.
Hey, water your flowers.
So if someone wanted a t-shirt, where or who do they contact to get a t-shirt?
Call 501-825-3076 and ask Barry, and we'll.
Or you can call,
You want.
or you can call up here to the office and
Yeah.
we will make sure you get one.
Yeah.
Because he is supplying us with t-shirts.
And I don't know who Shepherd Construction is, but feel free to reach out and get in touch with us and come on the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They don't come any finer than Barry Allred. Agree, sir. Agree.
Yeah,
And I'm guessing you've got some pipes,
I
so
got a lot of people food, I reckon.
Rocky Top it is. And go, sir.
Yeah, we were asked if Barry will sing Rocky Top.
I'm taking that as a no. No.
Yeah.
He's Rocky Top.
I guess they just heard you sing it and they thought it would be much better from you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, pigs.
Wrong team.
Well, since the Cowboys don't have a, thank goodness. So Barry, give us a little bit about how long you've been coming to the lake and how long you have, how long have you been here full time?
Been here full time, probably a year, full time. We just moved up here about a year ago, full time. We've been coming here for 30 years, for a long time, when Chris got his place and then Bubba Dunn's place. And we love it up here. We love the community and love the people.
For sure.
I like being going down the road and get to wave at everybody.
Uh-huh. And somebody actually
All
waved
four
back at
fingers.
Yeah. 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 Not.
I do
Yeah.
the piano wave sometimes. So I tell my buddy, that's a piano wave.
Yeah.
But we've been up here for my whole life, really, off and on. We love it up here in this area. And you sold us our first house.
I know, and I was sitting here trying to think, when was that?
17,
Yes.
2017.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a minute.
Yep.
Time flies.
We put him right beside the cop.
Try to keep him in line.
And I don't think it works. Helen, did it work? Did Barry stay out of trouble? Helen's watching.
Stay out of trouble.
Yeah. Did you being next door to David and Helen, did that keep you out of trouble? And
His first conversation with me, nice to meet you. Keep the noise down. I said, yes, sir. I ain't getting that the first time I ever met him. That's what he said. Keep the noise down.
keep the noise
I
down.
said, okay.
There you go.
Turn the stereo up.
No, just go down to Bubba's and turn it up over there.
Exactly.
Keep the other neighbors away.
Get his neighbors going.
Yeah.
We know his neighbors.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I tell you,
Actually, he's a good old guy.
my wife and I were in Hawaii last week for a work trip. I was working. And we're at the closing dinner for this event. And we're sitting at a table and somehow somebody said something about a lake house. And we said, yeah, we have a lake house in Arkansas. And somebody said, where? And we said, Greers Ferry. And they said, so do we. And it was Wes and Carrie Stout.
Yeah.
She owns she's a third party administrator for like healthcare, I believe, in 28 states. And on the big island of Hawaii, two couples that have lake houses in Greers Ferry. What are the odds of that?
It's pretty.
That's when you start learning, and realizing how small the world actually
And then they said they know Barry and Robbie. You're like,
Stop
they
it.
know Barry and Robbie. So, yeah.
If you don't know Barry and Robbie, you're missing out. Your life is not complete. I can say that.
It's been confirmed you are good neighbors.
Yes.
So is your mom and dad.
Yes. So tell us, what is y'all's pastime? What do y'all like to do when you're not working?
I like to play golf.
Oh, boring.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to play golf. I like to play guitar. My youngest son, I have 3 boys. My youngest son's just a smoking guitar player, electric, acoustic, great singer. And we play at church in our church worship band. And so we love, he's still in the house. He's 25. He's looking for a house. But as you all know, it's not a great time to be looking for a house right now with interest rates and the inventory being so low. So, but yeah, so he and I play a lot around the house, and yeah, I like to jam and
Nice.
hang out, play golf. What do you like to do?
Go out on the lake, ride side by side.
We're all about the boogie ride.
That's right. Trying to go there. And just spend time with friends is my favorite thing. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Spend time with people. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite thing to do.
What's the reason it's called the 530 Club?
Somebody asked us the other day, we were on a couple's vacation. And I said, what the hell is a couple's vacation? You may need to go somewhere with one other person.
Exactly.
When there's all these people available?
Yeah. Barry is a very, very people person. We do have a question of, do you weed flower beds?
Yeah.
He's done it. That older lady in Fairfield Bay was talking about it.
Okay.
Did a lot of stuff
I
for
go
her.
Monday, I gotta go Monday and do hers again.
That's a per client thing. I'm kidding. I don't have any. I don't have any say in this.
Yeah.
But no, you laid out about
26 bags.
26 bags.
Yard stuff.
Oh, goodness.
26 bags. I should have probably got a trailer and shovel, but I just went to FL Davis and bought 26 bags of mulch and put them on my shoulder and went to where I needed to go.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, that mulch that you buy in bulk, it fades so fast. The mulch you buy in a bag, it's a little more expensive, but it keeps its color about 3 times as long.
It did
So
have on
it's
there.
worth
You said it said 3-year color.
it's
Color
worth
match or
it's
something
worth
like
the
that.
extra money.
I did not know that, but I don't do flower beds.
David would much rather either mow them over or weed eat them down. He has gotten better
Yeah.
now that he doesn't have to mow.
Yeah. Now that I don't have to mow a yard, I've gotten better.
Yeah. But if he has to mow or weed eat anything, it's getting cut down.
You better plant a big tree beside that flower.
That's where that Roundup comes in effect. That's me. Rodney said, you're killing all our grass. I'm like, good.
That's what I have to do.
Pretty.
No, I can't say that because I mean I kept our yard pretty solid out there. I just
Yeah, but you didn't have to weed eat around anything. You wouldn't let me plant nothing.
it's hard to look golf coursey when you got weeds everywhere.
Did you not hear what I said to Chris? That's boring. Steve said he agrees with you, David.
Thank you.
That's right.
Y'all are lame.
Well, I'm actually glad y'all came in, like a lot, because I've been had an idea of what y'all were trying to get going, but I couldn't completely make the picture. But I dig it. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree. There is a need for it. I mean, even if it wasn't for weekenders, I mean, we have a lot of elderly people in the community that would love to have somebody to come by and check on them once a week.
Yeah.
You know, when I was doing the county appraisal stuff, you knock on doors every now and again, and little ladies would come to the door, and you know their family lives somewhere else, and nobody sees them, and I'm sitting in the porch swing for an hour and a half. I'm asking for forgiveness from the company I used to work for, but you know, when they're offering to hug your neck and want somebody to talk to, yeah, I'm here. But I think it's a great idea, and I hope it's going well for y'all. I mean, I'm assuming that y'all are.
I mean, it's slow. Like I said, we did a soft launch in June, and then behind the scenes, working with GoDaddy to build the website for me and set up all the social media platforms and all that. We just got that last month in August, so we're really now just kind of formally launching. So it's very, very early stage, but I don't know, we've done, 20, 25 jobs, various different jobs, maybe more than that.
Yeah.
Probably more than that, but we've got like a submersible pump that we bought so we can take it and pressure wash your boats right there in the marina, we've got, some basic lawn care equipment and whatnot. We can do light landscaping, and then we've got some partners, other companies in town that can do heavier, bigger jobs. But yeah, it's starting a new business from an idea, like a cocktail napkin. Here's what we think we want to do, and then actually building it and bringing it to life takes time. And but I'm pleased, and things like this, we really didn't want to advertise too much because we didn't even have a website. The website said site under construction, and we really were holding off. And so I'm hoping that now that we've got that, word can get out. We've got 4 social media channels with regular weekly social media posts going out, looking for billboards. I'd really love to have that one at Drasco that would catch you if you're going to Heber, or if you're turning right and going when you're coming in from Memphis. I'd love to get that one. It's not available, but there's a couple more I've been looking at, but I think billboards might be helpful, but really word of mouth, people asking about these t-shirts, people that Barry knows, just networking around town. There's no substitute for that. So we're trying all of the above. So yeah, we're pleased. I'm pleased with what's happened so far. Again, we really have only been officially up and running for a month, because really getting the website up was critical. And the cool thing about a website is it works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never calls in sick,
Right.
and it's like it's a salesperson for your business. And they did a good job with it, I think. So.
Well, I just threw it out there. I put the website out there. Barry, I am so sorry, but it's 7-3. Cowboys.
Gone it.
We got a question on, are y'all going to get into side-by-side cleanings and services?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Cars, trucks, boats, side by sides.
Yes.
We'll detail clean anything.
Told a friend of mine the other day that I'd wash his, but let me know when he's ready.
Okay, I need to go pull mine out then.
That's kind of
I
wrong.
think about you washing and ride one time, you're like, oh, you look like a wash.
We went on a ride
okay,
back in the
watch it
spring.
every
I think it was was it April or May was the last ride we went on?
May.
Anyway,
I think it was May.
we got back. I put it in storage.
It's still there.
I hope it starts the next time I hit the key.
Yeah. So
Pretty sad.
it's time.
But going back
We
to
need to
that,
go right.
going back to that advertising your business, building your business, and word of mouth and billboards. Y'all said y'all are going to try to do a referral thing with people that y'all have contacts, so on and so forth. Make it a stipulation that they come on the show.
Yeah, we can. We can. Actually,
That's
Jason,
actually a good idea.
We'll refer you the day after you do the live.
there you go.
I'm kidding.
Thomas Rogers said, "Hi guys."
Hello.
What's going on, Thomas?
But yeah, I mean, and even if people needing more information about Cabin Valley, that's what we've been telling everybody. They can always contact us here because. I was going to say we're easy to find, but I'm easy to find. And, well, Barry, I'm a talker, so I'll talk to anybody about anything. So, but I would be happy to share information, just like I told you today,
Right.
and talk about, because I think it's awesome what y'all are doing. I mean, and it's a service because we do have, a good amount of wise people. I don't like to say old people, but on up in there that they do need a little help.
Yes.
And so I think what y'all are doing it's fantastic.
Thank you.
And yes, word of mouth is the best in this town. 100% agree.
And walking billboards.
That's what I mean. We want to have people walking around with these shirts on, you know, and ask them.
Sorry,
No,
go
no, go
ahead.
ahead.
It just made me think, Barry, I have your shirts
Okay.
ready. They're in there, so don't let me forget to dig them out.
You know me, I wear a lot of them.
I know. That's the thing. I love getting to advertise for other people because I mean, we meet a lot of people. And for us, we go all over the state. And so, and I'm the same way out, out in the state that I am here at home. I wear my jeans, I wear my t-shirts. That's just who I am.
That's right.
And so we advertise all over the state.
When
Look
y'all
like
were up in your
cuckoos here.
convention the other day, did you go to Top Golf?
We did.
Did you play Top Golf?
I-
Did you enjoy it?
We swung some clubs.
I don't know if you would actually consider that playing.
That is a fun play.
I
It is.
really like it.
Did you hit it? Did you?
I did.
I'm
And-
terrible at it, but
It's
you
like a
know,
big putt to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like hell.
I
And
did.
I know nothing
hit the-
about golf. I had to actually have somebody, a friend of ours, she's a realtor, her husband was there, and he plays golf all the time. And I'm like, I don't even, what is the skinny club for? What is the fat club for? I don't know what you think. You take a stick and you swing it at a ball. I don't know anything.
Had no idea what we were trying to do.
It's fun.
Which one did y'all go to?
We went to one at Rogers.
Okay.
That makes the second time we've been to Top Golf. The first time was in Tulsa, and I think I've played one actual game of golf in my entire life.
That was in Texas.
It was a 4-man scramble, and I think, if I remember right, I had a good drive and a good putt. And
That's all it
Yeah.
takes. At least they used one of your drives and one of your
yeah,
putts.
and I think we made it by one shot, whatever that means. So I was like, cool. We had a good time though.
That's just the main thing. I like it.
You know why there's 18 holes in a round of golf?
No idea.
Because it started in Scotland, and they got a fifth of whiskey, and they drank a shot after every hole. When the fifth was gone, they were done.
Seems fair.
Useless trivia. I got lots of.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Okay, so question. I know y'all just got started in June, but Barry, I know you've got some funny stories of a job that you've done, or that's what we ask everybody. Tell us your funniest story in business.
Oh shoot, that's a hard one, really. I mean,
And it don't have to include cabin valet. I can
No, it doesn't.
just
It doesn't.
yeah.
But no funny stories that involve me.
Chris told a funny story. I got to think.
but this is a family show. Truck drivers, no lot lizards.
Okay, Chris, give us a
Yeah, I
funny
didn't
story.
think about that. I got a lot of them.
Yeah. It's a funny story.
Okay, tell us a
When we
story.
wrecked your Volkswagen, that wasn't too funny, huh?
That's how I ended up in the U.S. Army. Was Barry totaled out my car. I was a freshman in college, and my parents said, "That's your one and only car." So, yeah, you sent me to the Army.
Sent you to the Army, huh?
What are friends for?
Best thing that ever happened to me. It was awesome. I loved it.
Well, thank you for your service.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
It's an honor.
You're saying hi to all these people, and I ain't. Anyway, I'm just trying to.
Let me control this over here.
Hello, everybody. Do y'all have anything you won't do?
We boat docks.
I think you made that pretty obvious.
I mean, again, the things that we've talked about are generally what we're going to do, and then beyond that, we're going to try to create a network of local craftsmen and contractors, and try to again, be kind of a one-stop shop, a bit of a broker, if you will, to help folks like, you had friends that got a tree hanging out over his house, and he lives in Memphis. He didn't want to come over here. So Barry got with Jarvis, met them out there, supervised the whole thing. And, for $50, he was out there 2 hours. I mean, it's a valuable service. And like you said, it'll be more efficient when we get bigger and we can start having pockets of folks in the communities. But like I said, I didn't mention Eden Isle, but it's so close. We'll probably, work over there as well. But we're just trying to stay here locally, and yeah.
I could see over time you expanding or
Yeah.
wanting to expand, but
And the beauty of this
there's
model,
enough here.
this business model, is we can make it work here, then it'll work. We could have cabin valet at Pickwick Lake. We could have cabin valet at Beaver Lake.
Hamilton, whatever.
You know what I mean? Anywhere where you have these pockets of part-timers.
Right.
So.
So I do have a question kind of going back to, I don't know which one of y'all said it, but having the sump pump that you can do and put in the lake and just wash your boats there at the
Slip.
yeah.
All right.
So for us dealing with the Corps, is that something that you've gotten? Have you talked to the Corps about that, or just the marina, or
Yeah.
so?
Marinas and stuff. You just gotta use the
The right chemical.
right chemical for biodegradable or whatever you said.
Right.
And then we're pumping water out of the lake.
Right.
Using it for the.
And putting it back in, yeah.
So the water ain't hurting nothing, but you gotta make sure you're using biodegradable
Right,
chemicals, some kind of like the right chemical.
right, so non-harmful.
Yeah, we consult with Doty Detail Services for all of that type of information. And so he helped educate us on what's safe and what's not.
Sure, well, and I mean, there you go, that's having, resources like that in your back pocket. I mean,
Mr. Bubba.
we just gave Doty Car Wash a shout out. Sir, you're welcome. I tried getting Bubba on the show, and he told me, and I understand, his schedule and them going back and forth to Florida with the grandbabies and all of that. He just told me, I don't know when I'm gonna be back over there.
Yeah, that's just coming to me even.
Plan, I know she's got it. I'm just here to be cute and all that.
What about covering boats at the end of a weekend? Can you do that on a weekend basis?
100%. That's one of the membership services that we'd kind of contemplated. And then in the spring, even when you have your boat at a marina, which mine's at Lacey's for 25 years, when you come in there
Dedication.
in the spring, with the money I paid to Lacey's, I could have built like 15 docks. Right? but my cover on my boat is just covered with pollen. And so we'll take that cover off, take it over and put it up on sawhorses and whatnot, and power wash that thing. We'll do everything to do with, and that's the thing I have Barry do for me, actually. I'm actually a customer cabin valet. So when you go out on a Saturday and you spend all day and you got grandkids and kids and everybody's splashing, there's water everywhere, everything's wet when you put it up, the last thing in the world you want to do is cover it up.
Right.
Yeah.
So Barry goes over there the next day after everything's dried out and puts the cover back on.
Right.
So
We definitely will install the covers and take them off.
Okay.
Get your boat ready to go and get your boat.
So literally all they have to do is just walk out on the dock and get on the boat and take off because it's ready to go. So kind of going with what Chris was saying, you're a customer of Cabin Valet. Are you a one-man show? I mean,
Yeah.
not saying it
Not
disrespectfully anything, but is it just you, or do you have someone helping you
Well,
when
we got a network of people that I can, like we called, so we had 7 boats to wash.
Yeah.
I can make a phone call and get my people
Okay.
to go help me, go wash them 3, I'm gonna go wash these 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a one-man show from Cabin Valet, but we network. If somebody got 4 yards to mow, I call my friends, hey, I give you a couple yards to mow, go over and mow.
Will you stock coolers on the boat?
I think we'll do just about anything that's legal.
That's what I gather.
Yeah.
And I dig it. I think it's a great idea.
I think it's something that's been needed.
I think it's going to be like a lot of things. It's just kind of like this room. This room is new to everybody, so it's just going to take time. And as long as you continue to deliver what you promise, it'll happen.
Yeah, but Jesse, to answer your question, yeah, Barry's kind of the man on the ground here for Cabin Valet. But the vision is that when we get busy enough to where it's too much for him to handle, then I'd love to find some young guys that, just graduated from West Side or something that aren't going to college, but, they're dependable, they're trustworthy, they got some mechanical aptitude, and hire some of them, full or part-time as well as we expand out. But again, most of what we do is kind of networking. There are some services that Barry does, but it's not overwhelming at the moment, I don't think. He hadn't complained yet. So.
The kind of goal, I mean, or the base of it is middleman.
Yeah. Broker.
Yeah. When I was doing the yards and stuff, my guy is what I wanted to call it.
Yeah.
Who do you use to do your whatever? My guy. My guy. So it's
Told a girl that the other day, Art, my guy.
Yeah.
I call my guy and we'll get you fixed up.
you just want to be there when somebody needs you for whatever that may be.
And one thing, Barry mentioned it earlier, you may have mentioned it, David, but there are the good contractors over here are behind.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you call somebody over here and they're ready to start working tomorrow, you might want to call on somebody else. Because it used to aggravate me, but you call try to get your house painted, and it's like, hey man, I'm 2 months out. So okay, I know that's a quality one. You know what I mean? So there are things that you can't wait to have done, but there are things you can wait for the good ones, and the good ones are all behind.
Right. That's true. Hey Andrew, you're coming on soon too, aren't you? Don't know anybody that needs granite work.
I just did a big project with Andrew from Lake Area Granite at my cabin.
Yep.
Put in quartz countertops in the kitchen and bathroom, and Barry's just saying that Robbie went over there the other day.
Real good job.
Yeah, he's a honest dealer and a really smart young guy, and does great work.
Look at there.
Customer testimonial.
Andrew, you must have been talking to him instead, not us, huh? Andrew. That's okay. You can talk to us when it's your turn.
Well, Andrew hasn't given me a date, so
What date do we have open? We'll put him on the spot.
I don't have anything left for December other than the 26th. And I'm not sure anybody wants to come on the show the day after Christmas. So I'm just thinking
Yeah, we'll probably take that week off.
he's going to have to come on a Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Maybe after the first of the year.
Hey, how's that, Andrew?
But if everybody's done with questions, and if y'all have anything else you'd like to add, you're welcome to.
Just again, to thank you guys for giving us
thank
the
y'all so much.
forum. I mean, starting up a business is tough.
It is, for sure.
98% of them go out of business in the first 2 years. So the odds are against us, but with people like you guys helping us out and helping to get the word out, and networking, and again, just consistently doing a good job for people, it's going to work.
And that's the key. It doesn't matter what you do. The mouse that talks
That's it.
is what's going to make it survive or not.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, human nature is if you have a negative experience, you're going to tell 10 people. If you have a positive experience, you only tell 2. So we have to make sure that nobody has a negative experience.
Well, when you're dealing with the public, you're not going
You're
to.
gonna have
It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Okay, so before we close, we're asked if you can give a quick summary of membership service again before we completely go?
Yeah, so membership service is a concept where it's a monthly fee of $34.99, which includes the tax. And for that membership service, you can get 2 services from a list. And I don't have the list committed to memory, but it's on our website at cabinvalet.com. It's kind of a use it or lose it type of a thing, you know, so but it's things like opening up your cabin, closing up your cabin, maybe winterizing your cabin, covering and uncovering your boat, delivering groceries,
Blowing leaves off
Yeah.
your walkway.
light
Yard, just your walkway to your house.
light landscaping. You know, we got a 14-foot pole saw, so we can do like limb up some trees and like limited type stuff we can do. But again, for a complete list of the membership services, I would just refer them to cabinvalet.com.
Perfect. Thanks for the question. That was cool. And phone numbers,
I got it.
website, one more time.
501-825-3076. Cabin Valet.
Just put it out there. And we have, for those that are wanting information and all of that, I here at the real estate center have their business cards. I have their flyers that list off some of their services. If y'all need anything and you can't get a hold of the guys, just let me know and I can get you whatever you may need. I'm not gonna do none of the work, but I'll get you to them.
Send them in the right direction.
That's right. I'm not big on manual labor. I'm a weenie.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, well, I want to say from David and I, we appreciate you both for taking the time out of your evening to come and sit down and let us put y'all out there to our viewers, our followers and all of that, to get y'all's information out there and what y'all do. We appreciate y'all so much for coming out and doing it.
It's our pleasure.
And
think
and this
we
is
kinda
not a
just put-
one-time thing.
No.
Hopefully this thing grows and improves. The echo goes away. The lighting gets better quality. But Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'd love to see all y'all, everybody that's been here and everybody that's coming multiple times.
Because that is the last question that we always ask anybody that's sitting on that side of the table. Would you come back and do it again?
100%.
Well, thank you.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday? Oh, my Lord. Well, I mean, Bubba did give us a score, 7-6 Cowboys.
It's getting close.
Yeah. So again, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming on. And for everybody that's been out there viewing and following and asking questions and whatnot. If y'all need odds and end things done out there around your house or whatever, these are your guys.
And if they can't do it, they can hook you up.
They got people.
They'll get you taken care of. So we appreciate it. Y'all have a great night. Good luck with the Cowboys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.